Hello, this is John Gilbert at Security First Asset Management here with a weekly market update for the week beginning last Monday, October 7th to Friday, October 11th. So last week, the S&P 500 closed at another all-time high, which is 45th high of 2024. The Dow and S&P Midcap 400 also moved to record highs over the week, aided by some upside surprises to kick off the earnings season. So on the week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average increased 1.2%, the S&P 500 increased 1.1%, and the NASDAQ increased 1.1% as well. Now, real quick, I want to travel back in time to 2022. So 2022 was the inflation crash, right? So equity markets during that time, especially in the technology sector, experienced a significant hit. So from January to October of 2022, markets dropped around 25%. Now around this time of year, so about the same time, October of 2022, markets began to make a recovery, and the current bull market that we are in began. So driving the bull market that we've experienced over the past 2 years has been consumer spending. There's also been a combination of growth in corporate earnings and valuation expansion. So more specifically, S&P 500 profits have risen about 15% over the past 2 years. So that's reaching new records. Now, on the other hand, the price to earnings ratio during that same time over the past 2 years has increased by 45%. Now, going to some inflation news, last week the Labor Department put out some inflation data. So US inflation eased to a new 3-year low, but it's cooling more slowly than was expected, is what the data is showing. So the consumer price index rose 2.4% from a year earlier in September. And so that's according to the Labor Department, the news they came out with last Thursday. And so it rose 2.4% from a year earlier in September, after rising 2.5% in August. That was higher than expectations. Core prices, that excludes the volatile food and energy items, it climbed 3.3% over the previous 12 months, which was also slightly hotter than the 3.2 rise in August. That was also above expectations. So last month, the Fed, they made a decisive step in starting to normalize its policy rate by delivering its first rate cut of the cycle. So they lowered interest rates by the larger than typical 0.25%, so they cut them 0.5% at that meeting. While last week's inflation came in slightly hotter than expected, it's unlikely to stop the Fed from continuing its easing campaign that is now on. It has now shifted its focus from inflation to the labor market. Now, having said that, after the September jobs report that recently came out, another jumbo cut of 0.5 percentage point is highly unlikely at this stage in time. Another thing I wanted to leave you with was that according to some data that came out recently, the median age of all US home buyers is now 49 years old. Now, if we compare this to 1981, at that point in time, the median age for home buyers was 31. So over the past 40 years, the median age for home buyers has increased significantly. Before I let y'all go, wanted to announce some of our upcoming events. So we have a trivia night. That will be October 24th at the Macon office at 5:45. We want everyone to come out to that. It'll be a real good time. We'll have games, trivia, obviously. We'll also have food. Heavy hors d'oeuvres will be served at that. If you'd like to come, please contact us at the office to RSVP by October 22nd. Then, as always, just wanted to remind everyone of the fourth quarter referral drawing. That'll be coming up later in the year. Thank y'all so much. Y'all take care and have a good day.